But the next trend is what I'm a little bit worried about. I feel like I liked this look and who knows how I'm about to feel about it. Hey everyone, so for today's video, I'm going to be talking about some trend predictions from Allure. So Allure recently came out with an article talking about the makeup trends that they foresee happening in 2022. So for today's video, I wanted to actually try out all of the trends that they outline in this new article, and I'll leave the article link down below for you guys, but I want to try them out on my face with you guys today. And I also just wanted to share my thoughts on these trends, not just how they turn out all together on my face, but in general, how I see them playing out in 2022, maybe some trends that I am kind of predicting as well. And not only that, I wanted to share some products that I would recommend from all of these different trend categories, and hopefully that ends up being helpful to you guys. So let's just jump right in. The first trend that Allure outlines in this article are light luminous bases. A lot of people are going back to easy makeup looks, me included. I certainly agree that I think light luminous bases will continue to be a trend, and they're certainly a staple in my makeup collection. So I have 3 different options that I wanted to quickly talk out with you guys. So the first is the Saie Slip Tint. The reason I would recommend this one is especially for those of you that really need a good like errand makeup. If you're just running out and you need something to very quickly add some moisture, some dew, and a light coverage, I think that this one is really great. I find especially during the winter when our skin is a little bit more dry, a product like this I really feel like helps extend the moisture in my skin. Really been enjoying this one. If you want something with more coverage, you could go with this one from Tower 28. This is the Sunny Days. I also am a fan of this one. This one, again, it's a little bit more coverage, less dewy, so I do think this one will work for more skin types. And in general, I just find that it is a really easy product to work with. Really nice texture as well because it's more fluid. But my favorite product for a light luminous base, and it's a product that I don't feel like enough people know about, especially for this kind of category. I feel like a lot of people just go for, you know, something labeled a tinted moisturizer, which, I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to, again, sing the praises of the Makeup Forever Reboot foundation because I just feel like more people should be trying out this product. It is such an incredible product if you are a fan of a light coverage foundation, a light luminous base. This is literally the epitome of that. And not only that, it gives you such a gorgeous airbrushed look while still actually looking like perfected skin. Makeup Forever pretty much hit it out of the park with this foundation. And I am using a dry sponge to press this into the skin. Okay, so foundation is on, and I also put a little bit of my Kosas Revealer Concealer on under my eyes. And I also wanted to very quickly mention something else that Allure talked about in this article is that they foresee a lot less use of highlight next year and more just overall luminous base makeup. I personally really agree with this because over the past year, I've touched on this a couple of times. For me to go out of my way to apply a highlight when my base products already give me a more luminous look, the highlight has to be really special, and I do feel like a lot of brands have been coming out with highlights that just haven't really done it for me. I personally am only reaching for like 3 or 4 highlights in my collection consistently, and the rest of my collection's kind of sitting there, if I'm being honest. I think a lot of us are more likely to mix luminizers into our foundation now rather than go for a highlight to put on top of the skin. So the next trend that they talk about is purple blush, which I know a lot of K-beauty brands have been doing purple blush for a while, so the trend is kind of slowly trickling over here. A lot of folks have been trying out the shade Drama Class from Fenty, which is her purple cream blush, and people are really enjoying it. Now, personally, I actually am not a fan of the Fenty Cheeks Out cream blush formula. I don't think it blends particularly well. I think the finish is kind of lackluster, but have said since I tried out that launch that I do think Fenty is coming out with unique shades, and that's something that Fenty does really well. But you don't have to go with straight purple to kind of enjoy this trend, though I am going to try to push myself out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to be using this cream blush from Naming, which is a K-beauty brand, and this is the shade Jumpy. So it's more of a purple lilac kind of color, and I am just going to apply this right onto the cheeks. I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm interested to see how it looks. Really, the look with your purple blush is going to, you know, depend on the shade and your undertone. Everyone's undertone is obviously different, so whatever purple is going to be the most flattering for you is going to depend on what is, you know, the most complimentary. I find that this one is really nice and flattering. It's not overly purple looking on my cheeks, kind of just like a nice soft pink. And you can also use these lilac kind of colors. You don't have to just use them on your own, you can kind of layer them. So that's what it looks like on my cheeks. Again, it's very, very soft. For me personally, I like a little bit more pop than this. So I am going to go in with another blush, which is one that I've really been enjoying. It's Milani Merlot Moment from the Cheek Kiss line. And again, this is more of a berry, and a berry or a wine kind of shade I think is also a good way to slowly step into like the more purple mauve blush trend. Obviously it's not as purple in the pan, but it doesn't mean it's any less beautiful. So again, I'm just going to very slightly stamp a little bit of this on. I think that these layered together, I think look exactly like what I was looking for. I also wanted to quickly throw out a trend that I foresee possibly coming back, which is red blushes, like straight red blushes. This is the shade Inflamed from Naming. Really not a very flattering shade name. Something like Daiquiri Dip from Fenty could also be a product that I think will start trending again. I know a lot of folks were using like straight red lipstick on their cheeks as a blush. This could kind of be in the same vein as that, but I think that more people will start to get back into that kind of sunburn, ruddy cheek look that I think is really pretty. So maybe just more unique blush shades in general will start to trend this year. Really am a fan of how these shades look together. The next trend that Allure talks about are stick formulas, which I feel like is, I think a lot of us already know that. I think it's a trend that has been happening for a long time, but yeah, I mean, I would agree that it's probably still going to be something that we see a lot of brands lean into in 2022. I don't think that that will change. So I am going to be using my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Stick in the shade Light Medium. And I'm going to use this to just add a bit of shape to my skin. Definitely could have done this before the blush, but that's fine. Just adding a little bit of shape, not too much. I probably could have gone with the shade Light. I also have that shade. So there is the bronzer on. Something that the article mentions as well about stick products is that they're just very convenient and easy. But I figured it'd be worth mentioning to you guys as you just saw me apply this product. Just because something comes in a stick doesn't mean that you shouldn't necessarily just draw it onto the face. Sometimes with some formulas that totally works and it's just super easy, but I think that if you take a little bit more time and use the right brush or sponge or even your fingers, taking the product from the stick onto the cheeks, you do get a little bit more control, and sometimes the look ends up turning out a little bit more seamless. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. The next trend that they outline in the article is statement eyes, but they're talking about just more high impact, sparkly, graphic looks for the eyes. So I'm going to go with something a little bit more sparkly with a palette that I've been just really enjoying, which is this palette from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Instant Eye Palette Smoky Eyes Are Forever. And you guys, when I talk about like these green tones, I've been just in love with them. And every time I want to do an eye look, I'm like, oh, I should do that green look. So I'm going to try that out and go for a little bit more of a bold, smoky kind of look. I take this like taupey khaki green and I'm just going to really load this up on the outer corner. These are not Shive pigment, especially with the brush that I chose. This is really good for packing. This is the Airbrush Crease Brush from It Cosmetics. And this brush is really versatile because you can really pack on color, but it also does a good job of fluffing and blending out as well. Now I'm going to use this gorgeous green color that I do feel like was kind of trending like earlier this year in 2021. I think that it's a really timeless color, but I'm just going to pack that right onto the lid. Oh my gosh, every time I use this color, I'm blown away. And again, just packing it on the lid with a finger, and then I can go back in with a brush and just blend it out. And this is my Sephora Pro 18 brush. Now I'm just going to take this beigey color over here and just use it to kind of blend these edges a little bit, just so everything looks super seamless. And finally, I'm going to take this champagne shade right here and I'm going to put it on kind of like the inner portion of my lid, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit of Mehron mixing medium just to see, like, I don't know, just kind of play around, see how it turns out. So I'm just going to pick up some on the back of my hand and then add the mixing medium. Here it is. Oh, it looks really pretty. And then I'm just going to pat it right onto the eyes. I'm not sure if this formula is great for this liquid because it is coming out like more sheer, which is kind of like the opposite of what I wanted to go for. So I'm just gonna take my finger. Yeah, that's better. All right, and now I'm taking the Molten Bronze shade from Beauty Pie. This is the Pro Gel Liner. And I'm just going to add a little bit of liner out here, just, you know, to make this more of a statement look. I mean, it's a decent statement right now, I would say, but just to add a little bit more drama. And just taking a clean brush and very softly blending that out. I'm also going to quickly tightline. All right, I also curled my lashes with my Kevyn Auccoin eyelash curler and then used my Essence Lash Princess to finish off the look. I'd say that this is a decent statement eye, but the next trend is what I'm a little bit worried about. So I feel like within every one of these articles talking about like trends is always like the glitter brow or like tie-dye eyebrows. A lot of people are kind of making it a trend when it's not really, I don't really think it's a trend. Doesn't mean that people don't do it though, and I am going to try it out. So what I'm going to do is first fill in my eyebrows, give them a little bit of shape, you know, do them as I normally would, and just filling in some of the sparse areas. Okay, brows are done, and now we're going to do glitter brows. And I want to make this as wearable as possible, so I'm going to use this sparkle wash from Jones Road. I don't like this for the eyes, but I do think that with this texture it will at least stick in my eyebrows. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Got2b Glue Invincible styling gel. By the way, I like the black version more than the yellow. In case you guys have tried the yellow but you haven't tried this one, I like this one more. I feel like it's a little bit fluffier, but that's definitely personal preference. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and then mix in the sparkle, and then just take a clean spoolie. I feel like I liked this look and who knows how I'm about to feel about it. So let's put this into the eyebrows. Can you even see that on camera? I can see it in person and it's just like kind of a soft sparkle. Not gonna lie, like doesn't look half bad. You know what? I feel like from a certain distance, the sparkle in the eyebrows, and it could just be because of the shade that I picked too. This is more of a champagne shade. It's going to look like dandruff. Like, it's not going to look good. But weirdly enough, when I look at it very up close, like with a handheld mirror, and I see it in the eyebrows with this makeup look, I kind of like it. For going out of the house, I have to be honest, I don't think I would do it. But that's not just what makeup is about. You know, makeup is about experimentation. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of eating my words a little bit. And I'm surprised that I like it as much as I do. Like I'm telling you, I'll try and insert like a natural light look at the eyebrows with the eye makeup. Let me know if I'm crazy. I feel like it looks kind of different. It's something new. Hey guys, so I'm editing this video right now. Editing Amanda is here. You guys usually like when I insert random thoughts, but I was thinking more about like the glitter brow thing, and something that I have thought is interesting is that over the past few years, I have seen Allure, other beauty editorials and beauty writing saying, you know, this is the new weird eyebrow glitter trend, or this is the new weird eyebrow trend. And it always feels like it's being forced and it's not really a trend. And I feel like within this article, it was kind of like it was giving me that similar kind of vibe. But if I'm being completely honest, makeup is multifaceted. I tried out the glitter brows and I'm telling you right now, I thought it looked pretty good. And I thought it looked different and new. Is it something I'm going to do, you know, like incorporate into my everyday routine? Probably not. And I think that that is where, like, kind of like the crux of the issue is that it's hard to differentiate within these trends is like what is going to be an editorial makeup look trend and what is going to be kind of the everyday person trend, because they are different. There's 100% overlap as well, but I tried this out and I really liked it, and I thought it would be kind of worth mentioning. I really encourage you guys to try it too, because I was kind of surprised myself how much I liked it. I will definitely try it again with some other looks. And believe me, doing glitter brows is not like the spiciest thing that you could do with your makeup. I think it's really important to continue to surprise yourself. Try new things, try new food, read a new, different kind of book. What do you guys think? And the last trend that they talk about are throwback lip looks. So they did touch on how Clinique Black Honey has made a resurgence. They're talking about how lip shades that have been popular in the past might start to trend and come back. I think that that's definitely a safe assumption. But they also talk about more of a defined lip, stronger lip liner looks. And I think we've already kind of started to see that with Makeup by Mario's lip lift trend, how he kind of creates the look of a lip lift just with liner. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little bit, again, of a stronger lip liner look with my favorite Pillow Talk lip cheat liner from Charlotte Tilbury. And then I'm going to add on the Sheer Slick from e.l.f. in the shade Black Cherry. If you haven't seen my video on Clinique Black Honey, I actually prefer this product, so that's why I'm going to use it today. So my lips are a bit chapped right now because I've been sick for a week, but what I'm going to do is overline a little bit right down here and then up here, and then everywhere else I'm going to stay within my lip lines. That's how it turned out. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Right now I'm like, that's a lot. Let's put on the e.l.f. Sheer Slick and see what happens. So a lip color like this is definitely not ideal when you have very dry lips. All right, I'll take down the hair. We'll get the full effect. All right, so these are all of Allure's 2022 trends on my face. Let me know down below what you are predicting for this upcoming year. Are there certain trends you would like to see go away? come back? Are there any of these trends that you're like, absolutely not, or yes, yes, yes? I'm excited to hear all of your thoughts. I will leave also all the products that I used today as well as the Allure article down below for you guys. I hope you guys are having a good one. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next one.